What up, guys? It's your boy, Sauce. So yeah, just bringing you another reflective piece. Something I think might help some of you who may be feeling drained by others, or even feeling used, or unsure where you stand in certain dynamics. Be it friends, family, or even intimate relationships. Now, first thing, I am no group guru. I am no relationship coach. I am far from it. I'm only coming at you with the piece of knowing your worth as an individual. But first things first, another reminder, as always, are you going to say it with me? Yes, I'm talking to you. You going to say it with me? What am I going to say? That you matter. You are cherished. You are valuable. You are important. Your voice has power. All you gotta do is speak. Now, say that to yourself. You are valuable. I am valuable. I am cherished. I am important. Say those things to yourself. When I say it, I mean it. I'm saying it to you because you have value. So yeah, let's title this Protect Your Peace, a teaching on boundaries, value, and self-respect. I will even add some personal experience to help you guys reflect. So yeah, this is about knowing who you are and refusing to shrink yourself for people who don't value depth. So I will start it. Protecting your peace is important. Setting boundaries isn't being cold, it's being wise. It's how you guard your mind, your time, and your spirit. People might not always understand it, especially those who were benefiting from your lack of boundaries before, but that's not your problem. You're not being harsh, you're being selective with your energy. There's a difference between being rude and being rooted. Rooted in your values, in your clarity, and in your purpose. You have to understand not everyone gets access to every part of you. When you don't set boundaries, you leave the door wide open for confusion, manipulation, and emotional exhaustion. You become everyone's fixer, everyone's dumping ground, and before you know it, you're the one left drained. There's nothing wrong with stepping back. There's nothing wrong with saying no. It's not rejection, it's redirection. You're not rejecting people, redirecting your energy towards what builds you, not breaks you. Think of boundaries like fences around a garden. You don't build a fence because you hate the world. You build it because you love what you're growing. And if you don't protect that garden, the weeds come in and choke everything you planted. Boundaries are how you maintain peace in a world that thrives on chaos. It's how you stay aligned when people around you are pulling in every direction. It's not selfish, it's self-preservation, it's self-respect. And here's the truth. When you start setting boundaries, people will react. Some will fall off, some will get offended, some will try to guilt trip you. But don't fold, because the ones who truly respect you will respect your boundaries too. This is part of growth. It's part of protecting your peace. And peace doesn't always look quiet. Sometimes it looks like distance. Lead by example. I also have a video talking about setting examples for others. If you're a parent, every choice you make teaches your kids something. So let me touch on why I don't red pill my son Like many of the guys try to say, you should be red pilling him early. No, I disagree. That can be damaging. Let me explain. My priority is my kids. I have 2 children who look up to me. I need to set an example for them. I need to lead. For my son, I don't want him growing up bitter, feeling like the world is stacked against him. Or worse, turning it into an incel who resents women without even experiencing life. He needs to learn for himself. He needs to see relationships firsthand, to make his own choices, to understand what love is and what it isn't. So yeah, I learned a lot from these online red pill spaces. Should I shield him forever experiencing relationships just because I had bad ones? No. That would be robbing him of the lessons he needs to learn for himself. And not every relationship was bad. If I didn't go through those struggles of the past, I wouldn't have learned solid lessons. And I wouldn't be the person I am today. Trials and hardships are not just obstacles. They are refining fires that shape us into who we are meant to be. That's if we learn the lessons. Now, I believe if we don't learn the lesson, we repeat that same lesson until we learn it. So, just like a sword is forged through intense heat and pressure, our struggles mold us, teaching resilience, patience, and wisdom. When we go through difficulties, we often stumble and fall. That's human. But every time we get back up, we learn something new. How to stand stronger, how to endure. Each hardship is an opportunity to build character, deepen our faith, and grow in self-awareness. Even scripture reminds us of this. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. That's James 1, 2-3, I think. Hardships expose our weaknesses, but also reveal our inner strength. They teach us humility and endurance. I've also seen healthy relationships around me. Not all of them work out, but some do. And even in the ones that don't, I've seen men and women handle it maturely. Not every breakup ends in destruction. Some couples accept the reality of moving on and stay civil for their kids. There's value in teaching your kids awareness, and there's a fine line between preparing them and poisoning their perspective before they even experience life. If a father teaches his son about female nature, hypergamy, and the risks of relationships without balance, the kid might grow up jaded, never trusting women, expecting betrayal, and ultimately sabotaging his own chances at love before he even tries. But if you teach him wisdom, how to recognize red flags, how to set boundaries, how to lead with strength and self-respect, then he's actually prepared, not just paranoid. So let me explain why this matters. I am not just reacting, I am guiding. I'm teaching my kids self-respect and emotional balance. That it's okay to walk away from what isn't good for them. Let them see you stay firm in your values even when it's hard, even if it hurts you. Show strength and stand firm for them. Join up with heart, not hunger. You shouldn't be feeding for validation or to be seen. I will touch on the concept of energy vampires in a minute. Don't get caught up in consuming. First, let me get this out of the way. When you show up with clarity, peace, and honesty, you don't need to beg to be seen. You don't have to chase anything that's meant for you. And if you have to jump through hoops, put on a performance. That person already doesn't value you. You're not here to force yourself into spaces where you're only tolerated. This can apply to both online and offline interactions. A lot of you guys are in online groups. Try to talk to people in comments. Get rejected. You're not sure why you're blocked. Your comments are deleted, especially if you challenge someone. You already got your answer. Scripture says, shake the dust off your feet. Depth doesn't yell. It's just there, quiet, but undeniable. So you're also not an option, like I touched on in my last video. This applies everywhere, in your family, friendships, or anyone in your circle. If people only come around when it's convenient for them, if they're hot and cold, inconsistent, or only show up when they need something, that's not connection. That's access without investment. And you don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time, energy, or spirit. And you shouldn't be trying to impress others. If they can't see you for who you are, they never will, no matter how hard you try to impress. So I am also going to touch on emotional discipline. Real maturity is when you stop reacting to everything. You create space between what happens and how you respond. That's not being passive, that's being in control of your world. It's not about cutting people off out of anger, it's about protecting your mental clarity. You shouldn't be jumping through hoops in your mind or overthinking about anyone. Now the energy vampire, the part I mentioned, if someone is making you feel drained, you need to step back and pay attention to the details and read between the lines. You shouldn't feel drained, you should feel energized. Beware of energy consumers who only consume. And also look at yourself. Are you only taking from others, consuming their energy? Now that's a question you could ask yourself. Are you an energy vampire? Because if you are, you need to correct that so you're not draining someone else. And lock down your life. There's a quote I made a few years back. Some of you have heard it. It goes like, life is like a TV remote. You either take control of it or let others control it for you. So you can take that remote and shut the TV off. Not everyone deserves to see your growth. Sometimes you've got to remove people from your socials, tighten your circle, and post less and move more. If they're not in your life supporting you, they don't get to peek behind the curtain. They don't get front row seats to your life when they're not clapping for you. I also wanted to talk more about knowing your value. So let me say this. You're not someone's emotional crutch. You're not here just to help people feel better about their mess while they leave you in yours. You're not someone's safe option. You're not a backup plan or something to fall back on when everything else fails. And you're definitely not someone's background character. You weren't created to be overlooked, underappreciated, or half loved. You bring something real. You carry presence, purpose, and a perspective. You are a builder, and builders don't waste bricks on people who only want shelter, not structure. Your time, your love, your presence, none of that is cheap and should be taken granted for. So walk like you know your worth. Talk like you remember who you are. And stop shrinking just to fit into places you've outgrown. Don't pour into a situation where there's no return. this will drain your energy. Your energy is too sacred to waste. Trust me. That lesson cost me a lot of energy before I learned it. And this feeling of being drained led to a lot of depression and bitterness, not just for others, but in life altogether. Also, watch for breadcrumbing in all forms. This isn't just about relationships. This is on a deeper level. You might have friends who check in just enough to feel like they're around. But when you need support, when you need someone to talk to, when you need the emotional depth, they vanish. You might have family who expects the world from you, but shows up with excuses when it's time to give anything back. I've been there. When I needed family to step up and help, when I was faced with living in a motel with the kids, no one showed up. Yet I would have done anything for them, even offered a couch if they needed it when I had a place. People only reach out when it benefits them. That's not connection. That's transaction. You're feeding them validation, hoping you will get some in return. And there's a difference in helping others and those who only take, refusing to heal. I'll give you a real life example. When I was 19, I thought I had a solid group. They all called me bro every weekend, but only on paydays. Why? Because I was a nice guy who'd buy the drinks. I thought I was included. But when life hit me hard, there was silence. That was my wake-up call. Never confuse attention with loyalty. Your boundaries aren't walls, they're standards. Let people know. I'm not going to chase you. I'm building something too valuable for that. That's your life to build, not theirs. And if they can't value that, value what you offer to be a part of, it's time you take a look at yourself and value what you have done and walk away from those type of people. It's not about isolating. It's about elevating yourself. Your instincts will tell you. Don't be led by your emotions. And the real ones, they won't need convincing. They'll meet you where you're at. So stay rooted in your worth. You know it's better for a door to close than to stand open while someone keeps walking past it or walking in and out of it. Your peace is better than potential. Your clarity is better than confusion. Your respect is better than attention. So stay calm, honest, and grounded. When someone doesn't see your worth, let them watch from a distance. Because what you're building, it deserves people who are all in. Your peace is sacred. Your clarity doesn't need to be fogged up. Remember what I said, look inwards, not outwards. Stay positive and humble and turn to Jesus, get in that word.